Just wanted to take you guys on a little adventure with me tonight. Amber Wellness Group is having their Galentines Day event this evening. It was rescheduled from a couple weeks ago thanks to a little bit of snow we got here in Portland. So come with me. We're gonna head that way. I'm pretty excited. Got my little Galentine's Day dress on. Let's check it out. We're going to be making libido tinctures. They're going to be speaking about pelvic floors, nutrition, lots of women related good stuff. So yeah, tonight should be super fun. My girlfriend Erica's meeting me there. Meredith, that I have an upcoming podcast with, is going to be there, so that'll be awesome too. And we'll be meeting and rubbing shoulders with a few other ladies in the industry and some of the ladies that show up there tonight just to be one of the gals. All right, so we're here. A super cute table setup with all of the different raffle prizes that you could win. Cute little artwork on the bag. Love the uterus. So many things that I was hoping to win. So raffle tickets were given out for getting your ticket ahead of time, and then you could buy extras there, and they had so many fun prizes. And then we went into the tincture table. So libido tinctures, we'll get into it in a second here, a little deeper dive. Super pretty tarot cards. Wanted to take those home. The vibes were awesome. Everybody was hanging out, getting to know each other, connecting. Just felt really comfortable. So much food, so many treats, so many goodies, and then of course beverages, which, you know, we all love.
Libido in general, and a lot of times that can feel like a challenging topic or uncomfortable for us to talk about with ourselves or partners, and there's a lot of different things that can go into libido and make it feel like it's harder to access for us from time to time. Stress is a huge part of that, and our world is really stressful right now. So when we're stressed and our adrenals are taxed and our cortisol is struggling, then that tells our body that it's not a safe time to do this from a very fundamental level, and that's going to decrease our level of desire and like our interest in kind of connecting with partners or ourselves.
To a ball, and then I'm gonna just roll it in this mixture.
May I ask what the mixture is?
Yeah, it's cocoa powder, cinnamon, and a little bit more cayenne pepper. So all ingredients that went into the truffle as well. And it's just to make it look kind of nice, and it helps when you're storing them too, so they don't all stick together.
What's a serving size?
Whatever you want it to be.
I like it.
I would love more kiwi. Okay. I also want to try that.
We want all three in ours.
We're gonna go one.
We're going to do a combination of breathing and meditation. So I'm going to focus a little bit more on the mechanical, and Dr. Megan's going to focus more on the energetics with the mechanical, with the physical. Feet flat and eyes closed. I know we got some drinks in our hands, so if you want to keep your drink, you can keep your drink. But and we're going to start with the hands in the lap. You're just feeling into the sit bones and the weight of them in your seat.
I'm going to talk a little about the PT work that I do, and then I'm going to walk us through pelvic meditation. So I do holistic pelvic care. I studied with Tammy Kent, who some of you may have heard of. She's a Portlander. She's a physical therapist who developed holistic pelvic care to incorporate the mind-body connection with that part of the body. Unfortunately, what she found through her work, and I think many of us can probably relate to, that we've had issue and a reason that we've kind of disconnected energetically from that part of the body. And that really is something we can change, and we can re-inhabit that part of the body. A lot of times it's we've had an injury or we've had a trauma or pain, really painful cycles, painful births, things like that. And when we disconnect from that area, we're not breathing like Temley just walked us through doing. We're not just really inhabiting the power that we can have in that area. chakra wise, this is our root chakra, right? So if we're in that part of our body, we're going to be operating from a much stronger, more grounded place.
I wanted to go over the anatomy of the pelvis because I know it can be a little bit confusing. So this is our pelvis. These are our hip bones, our spine in the back, and then our pubic bone up in the front. And then we've got our urethra, vagina, and anus right here. So just to kind of orient where we are. And then in here is the pelvic floor. So when we're talking about the pelvic floor muscles or the pelvic bowl, it's this area in here. This big muscle that kind of goes from right at the bottom of the tailbone kind of all the way up surrounding the anus, vagina, and urethra is the levator ani. It's a collection of a bunch of tiny muscles, but broadly we call it the levator ani. It's responsible for kind of lifting the pelvic bowl, and then plays a role too in being able to contract like around the rectum and around the urethra. And then even like further behind that, we have a muscle called the piriformis, which some of you might have heard of. It's often accessed when it's tight through the glute, so externally through the glute. It can contribute to a condition called sciatica. So if you forget like that nerve pain down your leg, that can be from a tight piriformis muscle that's kind of compressing a nerve. Any knots or trigger points within these muscles. Very similar to how you can have like a knot kind of on your shoulder or on your back, and it can be kind of painful and you need to kind of like really like get into it to get it to relax. I'm kind of doing that with these muscles in the pelvic bowl. So I have a finger inserted vaginally and I'm working on those muscles. And at the same time, I might be having whoever I'm doing pelvic floor with kind of like moving their leg around, engaging in certain ways to help get that muscle to relax and also increase mobility and kind of stretch out those muscles.
All right, so I hope everybody feels inspired and are just feeling very centered and grounded in their pelvic floor and know what you can do about stuff, because there's so much you can do about it. I don't know. Through a whole bunch of how do you think about it? I'll wake up in the morning and I'll look up. I don't know what to do. I know.
And then Dr. Megan has extra part. You can't see me in the photo.
I can make sure they're not.
You can be in the back.
All right, you guys. So I am just finished up leaving Amber Wellness Group now. It was an amazing event. These women are unreal. So welcoming. They make the conversations that we're all creeped out and not good at having feel so easy and low-key. So many great resources available. So hope you enjoyed the video. Tried to get as much footage as I could. Super fun. And go check out Amber Wellness Group, you guys. They have so many ways to help us women. Okay, see you guys soon.